Welcome to the Candidates Night for the City of Richmond, and it's being sponsored by the Richmond Neighborhood Council, and we at the League of Women Voters are here to help run this Candidates Night.
I'm running for Richmond City Council quite simply because I care. I care deeply about this community. I care deeply about our businesses. I care deeply about our children. I've dedicated 19 years of my professional career to supporting at-risk youth and their families, individuals who are socially and economically disadvantaged due to lack of opportunity and hope. 11 of those years I've spent working right here in Richmond. I live here, I work here, I own a home here, I have a small business here. So I care about how we do as a community. I care about our small businesses. I care that they develop and are able to expand and that they get the support that's needed in order to be able to hire more of our Richmond residents. I care deeply about what our community are saying. I care about their concerns. And what I know is that so many of us in our community are feeling that the current City Council voting bloc aren't listening, aren't responding to our needs and our concerns. And because I care how we grow as a city, I want so much, and I'm committed to being a leader that listens and responds and stands up for us. Richmond is at a crossroads right now, which is very exciting, actually. And we can, as a community, go backwards or stay stagnant, or we can move forward into the 21st century with leaders who have creative ideas and fresh ideas and who care deeply about our community.
Jovanka, please state your views on the Chevron Community Benefits Agreements approved by the 5-vote majority of the Richmond City Council.
Well, I was one of the community members who stood there before the council on July 15th and stated my views clearly, loudly. I said that we need that a government should operate in an open and a transparent way. And when we don't have government or leaders who are operating in that way, there's a breakdown, and there's a failure, and there's a failure to respect the community. The community asked for a cap. The community asked to see that they not make a decision. And the voting majority, the voting bloc at that time, decided to do what they wanted to do. And this has got to stop. I think Richmond residents are tired. They've had enough of leaders who are saying, I know better than you. So I'm going to make a decision because I know better than you. And we are tired of leaders who do not respect our input.
Okay. And our final question is for Jovanka Beckles, and it's an email question sent in by some resident. How can Richmond do a better job attracting green jobs and green venture capital?
I think that as an economic development commissioner, as a small business owner myself, and as one who have acquired an MBA, I believe that what I've been reading, even about the Wall Street Journal, is that the green economy is absolutely the one of the fastest growing sector in our nation. And so Richmond we would do well to court these businesses, to first of all research what businesses are available to come here and court these businesses so that we can employ our youth. In fact, SunPower is one of the wonderful green businesses that we have here in Richmond, and they are under capacity. So, you know, the green businesses that are already here have the need to be able to hire, but don't have the capacity. And so I recommend and I suggest that we train our youth through Richmond Builds, through Solar Richmond, so that they can go to work at SunPower and have the income and resources that they need.
Thank you. Draw a name
I'd
out.
like to direct it to Jovanka Beckles.
Okay.
Good evening. My name is Marilyn Langlois, and I'd like to ask Jovanka Beckles a question about community gardens. There are many gardens in Richmond getting started on the Greenway in many schools. There's also the 5% Local Coalition, which promotes growing our local food supply. I'd like to know, what is your position on community gardens, and what will you do to support efforts to raise more delicious, healthy, organic food locally that we grow here and eat here and cook together?
I think that community gardens and along with the 5% Coalition is a wonderful, wonderful idea. That is an idea where our community is actually getting involved with the rise of fuel costs now. It's getting more and more expensive to truck in produce from other places. And I believe that when we have the resources right here, we have people who are able to do this. I think it's a wonderful way to involve our community. In fact, one of our local cafes have had, farmers market where we have the 5% Coalition involved in that. We have Richmond High students, so we have our young people get.
I'm Jackie Thompson, again, resident of Richmond. As a community activist, I know how important it is to need your help and support. And I'm just wondering, once you're elected, and this can go to anybody you pull, once you're elected, how committed would you be to working with community groups, leaders, not just start and stop, but go all the way with them?
And that's for Jovanka Beckles. That's the name.
I love grassroots community groups. We've seen that happening. We see some great results as great results from our community groups. So I'm committed to working with our groups. We have, Tent City. We have Mothers Against Senseless Killings. We have the Not Today. Those are examples, and wonderful examples, of our community coming together saying, we want to take back our streets. We want to take back our community. We want our children to feel safe when they walk in the park and on the streets. And so I am incredibly committed, because I've been committed to that strategy for 19 years, working with at-risk youth and their families. And I see that that's what works. What doesn't work is threatening anyone, whether they be youth or young people, to lock them up. They're not afraid of that. But what they want are to see that our community really cares. Ladies and gentlemen, I sit here, asking for your support, asking for your vote in order to take us into the 21st century in Richmond. We need leaders. We need fresh blood. We need new ideas. We need creative ideas to the solutions that plague Richmond. I have those solutions. I know how to deal with the root causes of violence. And I also want to just take this time right now to thank Mr. Bates, thank Mr. Marquez for their many, many years of service in Richmond. However, it's time for a new era, a new responsive leadership, forward-thinking leadership, and I'm committed to being that leader, that will take us into the 21st century, that will listen, and it's time for change. Thank you, sirs.
Thank you.